So morning everyone, welcome to top team meeting on August the 22nd. So the first one that I've hosted for about, I think it's 3 weeks now. So first of all, thank you to Chris Jones. I know you're not on here this morning, Chris, but I expect you'll watch this on catch up later. Thank you for stepping in and running a meeting last week. I hope that was a good one. Thank you very much for doing that. And I just want to say, massive well done to everybody in the team, because there's nothing nicer than being on a free holiday and watching all these team members join while you're, sitting around the pool and all this. So I think we've had 45 new team members so far in August, with 10 days still to go. So that's pretty cool. In fact, that's a record month since June 2021. And if you think that August is normally a very quiet, dead month because everyone's on holiday, I've been really astounded to see, the activity and everything. So really well done, all of you. And if you are one of those new team members, a massive warm welcome to you if you haven't been to a meeting yet. Or again, if you're watching this on catch up, then, you've really joined at an exciting time. We try and come together on a Monday morning at 10 for a bit of a sort of reset for the week, bit of goal setting, a bit of motivation to get us all going. And I appreciate 10 o'clock on a Monday morning does not suit everybody, which is why I always record the meeting. But when you've been in the business 13 years like I have and built up a good passive income, this business is all about creating choices. So I always say my choice is to run the meeting at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning because that suits me. So I hope some of you do find that of use. Chris, you've missed me just saying thank you to you for running the meeting last week, but I'll say it again as you're here now. So thank you very much for doing that. So yeah, well done to all of you. Huge welcome to 45 new team members. Absolutely amazing. And like I said, when I was away and I was watching, the fixed price keep moving, that I had this sort of feeling of, oh my goodness, am I missing out? Am I going to get back there? Now, interestingly, some people on the holiday of a lifetime I've just been on. So for those of you who don't know, just come back from a week in Mexico and a week in Orlando. That was all completely free for myself and the family, qualified for by signing up some customers really consistently over the last few years. Some of it was from back before lockdown. We've been on catch up. Now, some people on those holidays were signing up customers around the pool. And in fact, one girl, Nicola, who had got to 200 plus club and senior team leader while she was on holiday, signed up 20 customers from around the pool and earned herself over £7,000, which I thought was a pretty incredible story for someone that's on holiday. I chose not to do any work when I was away because I was away with my kids. They see me working, a lot when we're at home. And again, it's all about choices. I decided not to do anything really, which was lovely. So it is about creating choices. It is about the long-term residual income over time with this business, having money coming in, which means you can make other choices about life. But right now, it's also about what can we achieve really today, or this week or this month, because there really has never been a sense of urgency and the ability to sort of completely change your future as there is right now. All right. So as I said, when I was away, I was watching the fixed price move. I was watching you all get busy and sending out those last messages. Thought I'd missed out, but we haven't missed out. This situation that we are in with energy prices is obviously very clearly mapped out, going to be with us for the next year. You can see that just by the news. So every single day at the moment, the media are doing our job for us, aren't they? They're talking about the cost of living crisis. They're talking about energy prices and energy price caps going up. And all of that means it's really, really easy for us to have open conversations with people, about whether they're concerned about that and about whether, they would like some help. So the price cap is actually being announced on Thursday this week, or is it actually Wednesday? I think it's the 24th or 25th. So Wednesday or Thursday this week, the government are going to announce the price cap, but it looks, the likelihood is that that's going to be about 82% in October, which is absolutely crazy. Chris, thank you for that brilliant sheet that you put into the group yesterday, which is really useful, showing about how much that means the average household is going to be paying from. We will share that again if you haven't seen it. It is in the top team group, but I'll share it again. So it talks about figures in October, but then also the prediction is now another 19%. Is it, Chris? You'll correct me on this if I'm wrong. 19% in January, and again,
January. No, that was the percentage at the start that was forecast at the start of the month.
Yeah,
it is now 32% in January.
Wow. Okay. And then April?
It goes totally berserk. I can't remember what the percentage is. It's something like another 54% or something.
Yeah. So, these figures are not just plucked out from the sky. This is, people in the know predicting what's going to happen. So the average medium-sized house is going from £1,900 a year to over £6,000 a year. This is just ridiculously not fun now. So we do need to be speaking to people about fixing. And remember, people have got a 30-day peace of mind promise and all of that sort of stuff. So if things change in the media within that 30 days, they could still do what they needed to do. So who saw Wes's big night in last night? Put your hand up if you listened in. Okay, that's what Marie did. Well done, Marie. So I rarely catch it on a Sunday night, but I did catch it last night, and my goodness, I was so pleased I did. So watch it. I'll post up the replays when Wes sorts it out today. So I think there's 3 chances to watch it tonight and a couple tomorrow. So I'll post that as soon as I see it. But there's a lady on there called Christina, who was absolutely brilliant. So up until 5 weeks ago, her average customers a month had been 1 or 2 a month. I think she's been in like 6 years or something. She'd been sort of steadily building her business. But 5 weeks ago, when all this press and media kicked off about price cap increases, she suddenly decided that she really did want to go and help her friends, and that actually she had something there that she could go and help people. So she needed to get out there. So she signed up in the last 5 weeks, 29 customers, and 23 of them were homeowners that took all the services. So she's earned over £8,000 in 5 weeks. So that's a story that you need to be writing down, that you need to be telling people when you're talking about the business opportunity. So Jane and I, when we do our opportunity presentations, these are the little stories that we can bring in. That is a real story about somebody who's taken the opportunity, with both hands, and that's what's possible. We don't want to, we're not going to, what's the word? We don't want to overestimate what people can achieve in the business. That's not what we want to do. But if you're telling a true story, it's absolutely okay to say it. And this is a true story. And we can say most people don't do that. Most people do a couple of months. But at the moment, people have this massive opportunity to bring, serious money into their household if they choose to, by helping others. So she then went on to talk about what she'd done differently. And this is the really brilliant bit about this script last night, because we often hear about people doing really well, don't we? And then you're sort of left hanging as to what have they done different? Why have they suddenly changed the business so much? And she's just came up with a really, really simple script, which I absolutely love. And it really was. She calls everyone hun. So hun isn't really the word I would call. But anyway, this was her script. So she was just literally, and first of all, she made 100 phone calls. Okay, so she was ringing up people. Hi, Sarah. Yes, the video recordings for meetings like this will go into the Top Team Facebook group. So make sure you're in that group. I'll share the link again in the WhatsApp groups as well. All right. So yeah, she made 100 phone calls, but then she's also sending messages. She was doing text messages, voice messages, and all that sort of stuff. A real sense of urgency. But her simple script was, hi, hun, hope you're well. I just wanted to check something with you. Are you on a fixed or variable rate at the moment for your energy? Okay, so a simple question. And then, for my peace of mind, I wanted to make sure that you're okay. All right, so for her own peace of mind, she wanted to check in with her contacts and just ask the question, are you on a fixed or variable rate? Super, super simple script. Now, obviously, there's going to be 3 potential answers to that. Thank you. And there'll be one that might say, I don't know. So how many people do we speak to that actually don't know? All right, they still don't know, which is fine. So if they say I don't know, just say, right, could you do me a favor? Can you email me a copy or screenshot a copy as soon as you can, send it over to me of your most recent bill, and I'll have a look for you. All right, so make it really simple for them. So that's the don't knows. If they say, yes, I'm on a fix, brilliant, well done. When does it end? All right, so obviously find out when it ends. If it's going to end anytime, soon, within the next 3 months, obviously it's still worth having the conversation with them about our fixed, because imagine what their prices are going to do. If they managed to fix it a year ago and it ends November, December, they are going to absolutely have a shock, aren't they, what they're paying if they go back on a variable rate then. So it's still worth having that conversation at any time, really, when it runs out. And obviously if they're, no, I'm on a variable, okay, that's fine. How soon can we grab 10 minutes? Because I want to show you how I can possibly help you. All right. So, how simple is that? Do you think you could all ask that question to some people today? And, you know, when they open the newspapers, you know, they're gonna react to that. I've put a couple of posts out, you'll have seen, some of us have. I don't like flooding my Facebook with boring energy stuff, but I have done a few. And, you know, I'm getting results from that yesterday, early hours of yesterday morning, or was it Saturday morning? Early hours of Saturday morning. I had a message from a friend, I've just bought a house, moving in, any chance you could help me sort my bills out, you know? And she's in Southampton. She's not someone I speak to regularly. In fact, I haven't spoken to probably for a couple of years. So, you know, I jumped straight on a call with her that day, double gold as it used to be called. So she took 3 or more services as a homeowner, fixed her energy. She's super happy. She's now recommended me to a couple of people already, you know, so it doesn't take many people to start the ball rolling, and you can start to get some referrals and everything. So now the next thing is when you get to the appointment. So that's how to get the appointment. Now, when you get to the appointment, the language now is really important. And I know we're not supposed to advise people about what they do, but with the sort of news and the figures that Chris has shared recently, don't you think that it probably is our role to say, look, you really need to be looking at fixing your energy right now, because what's going to come over the next year. So when you get to right at the beginning of the appointment, do the presentation as you normally would, you know, talk about all the benefits. But then when you get to the first page of join the club, when you get the 4 options, just say, right, we need to look at fixing your energy. So we need to pick 3 or more of these services for you to do that. Which ones are we going to have? All right. So you think about the language, the difference in that language and that assumptive, positive, taking control language, rather than going, oh, what would you like, you know, what would you like here, you know, and talking about it. So it's quite simple. We can do the energy, we can do the broadband. In most cases, the £200 will get them out of the broadband, you know, depending on their contract. And then you just talk about mobiles and insurance, okay, as their 3rd or more services. I'm finding the boiler cover for homeowners is a really easy sell. You know, if you talk about £18 a month and show them all the stuff they get for that £18 a month, a one-off boiler service is going to cost them over £100. Probably nearer £200 when all these people put up their prices because of the fuel costs, you know, time and everything else. So, you know, that's quite an easy sell if you can't do the mobiles. We used to sort of talk about the £12 sim, didn't we, as they put it in the drawer thing. But I'm personally finding that the boiler cover is an easier add-on sell than talking about a sim they're not going to use if they can't do a mobile. That's just what I found in the last few appointments. I don't know if anyone else has found that when they're talking to people, but obviously if they're not a homeowner, then they can't have the boiler covers, then you're talking mobile or income protector. All right, so are we all clear on that about the 3?
Can I ask a question, Celia?
Yeah, please do.
Sorry, I've got tenants and they've just got gas and electric. They messaged me the other day because their broadband's going up, and she said she'd think about it. So if I say go back to her and said add your broadband, she would be able to fix her gas and electric, yeah?
No, she'd have to add a broadband and something else.
Right, okay.
3 or more services, and in this respect, energy counts as one service, even if it's gas and electric. Yeah, I know that's confusing,
okay.
Ali, so good question. So it's 3 types of service, if you like. So it's got to be energy, internet, mobile, and one of the insurance products.
Right, okay.
Home and
Can I ask a question, Celia?
Yes, go on, Sean.
Yeah, so what can we do for retired people who don't have like normal gas, so they can't have boiler cover?
Well, it doesn't make any difference if they have, I mean, I haven't got gas here, so I've got lots of customers that are oil only. I was going to check that this morning, actually, because I'm working on a few properties at the moment that are oil over. Now, I was told before, I don't know, Chris might know this, someone that's a bit, not green, but someone that's just had this question might know. The boiler cover, if they're a homeowner, I think does still cover those services, doesn't it? Even if they're an oil boiler.
I thought it was just a domestic gas boiler.
But would it not cover all the other services still?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
It will still cover the locks, security, roof, pests.
Yeah.
Heating.
You know.
And I've got a customer who didn't have a gas boiler, but they took everything because they had the pests, the roof, the locks. So they, even though it's £18 and they can't get their boiler serviced or whatever, but they've got everything else. So yeah, that's
okay, cool. All right, thanks for that.
That saves me a call this morning, because that's what I was going to ask. So I thought that was the case. So I wanted to double check. So yeah, so they can still have the boiler cover, which is great. Obviously they can't if they're a tenant, but if they're a homeowner, elderly couple, then yes, they can. Chris?
Yeah, I was just going to add to that, because we're having a bit of a conversation at the 20K I was doing yesterday with Stuart Edmondson, and Yeah, one really good tip on when you go through them is ask them to see what their fixed is with their current supplier, because our fixed is about £1,000 or more less a year than their fixed. So that's really handy. And the other thing is, just consider when you're saving that sort of amount against what they would pay, those different options that we've talked about, the boiler cover, the income protector, and the mobile phone. If you're picking 2 of those, then it's adding between 336 if it's just the mobile phone and the income protector, or 408 if it's the most expensive 2 of those options, which is the what is it, 190.
The boiler cover and the income protector, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
So 408, but it'll save you £1,000. So even if you don't use either of those, then you're still quids in. But most people have a boiler service and they pay someone to come and service their boiler, and it costs them £75 to £100. So straight away you're taking that off that amount as well. So it's a total no-brainer.
Yeah, it is. And it's about posture, isn't it? It's about how you talk to people about it, and, you know, making sure that you have got it clear in your head about how much you are potentially going to be saving them over the next year. Because like I said, we can't advise, but I think if you go in there right from the beginning saying, you know, we really need to fix your prices, you need 3 or more services, I've just found that people are looking for the services they can do, you know, rather than looking for the ones they can't do, which is a totally different mindset. And it definitely helps you get those really good quality customers. Good. So I think, you know, this week is about really trying to up the ante now between now and the end of August. Obviously, we're still on the same fixed as we were last week. I'm not sure when this one goes up again, but it'll be soon. You know, so every time you miss a fixed price increase, you're basically not helping people save as much money, because as we get closer to October, obviously our prices are going to go up and up. So try and have a little bit of a sense of urgency in your conversations with that. You know, when you're booking the appointments, just say to them, let's try and do it over the next couple of days, because I don't know when our price increase is going to happen again. So let's really try and get it in as soon as we can. So it's good. It's all good. It's all really exciting. We don't normally talk so much about customers because obviously we're recruiting, but obviously, you know, these conversations are really important in your recruiting conversations. So when you're talking to people about joining the business, have the same sense of urgency. You know, look, if you get signed up today, we get you registered as a partner today, we can help your friends and family over the next few days before our prices go up. So let's get as many appointments in the diary as we can. And again, you can still use one of a few different scripts for your brand new people. You can still use the practice training one if you want, but why not go straight in with that script I've said today? Look, I've just started a new business. I'm really excited about it. Out of interest, are you on a fixed or variable tariff for your energy? You know, why not? You go straight in with that. And they will say, whatever, look, I've just found a way I can help you. How soon can we jump on a call? You know, everyone will be aware of the price increase coming. It's going to be all over the news this week. You know, when the price cap is announced on whenever it is, Wednesday or Thursday, it's going to be all over the news. So we really need to capitalize on that. Okay, so Monday mornings, another thing that we do in our meetings every morning is we do our pig figures. I haven't actually looked at mine for a couple of weeks. I'm going to do that in a minute. So for those of people that don't know, pigs is a really good way of tracking your business. So if you go to the portal and go to my business and my team, even if it's only you in your team at the moment, even if you haven't got anyone else because you've just started, you'll see a few figures along the top there. So the first one, the P we talk about, is how many personal customers have you got? All right, so just write down. I like to write it in my diary. I've still got a physical diary. I'm very old fashioned, paper and pen. I write it in my diary on a Monday morning, what my pig's figure is. And it really helps me track the business and track how everything's moving. So the P stands for personal customers. So how many personal customers have you got? If it's 0, it's absolutely fine. We all started on 0. So please don't worry if it's a 0. We can move the 0. That's not a problem. The I in pigs is how many independent distributors or how many partners have you got in your whole team. So once you start the ball rolling, it's not about who you recruit, it's about who they recruit, and your team will start to blossom. All right, so how many total team members have you got? The G in pigs is how many group customers have you got? So this is how many customers you and all of your team have got in total. And that's the figure that we like to just push up if we can every week and every month, because that's the basis of your group residual income, your magic money. that is going to give you real choices in the future. And then the S on pigs is how many services does your whole group have? And we get paid per service on our group customers. Look, Chris is always great. He's put it straight in there. So well done, Chris. Yours is moving really well. So we've got personal customers, independent partners or partners, group customers, and services. And services is what we actually get paid on. So it's really good to have a look at that figure. So write that down, get your Monday morning figures down, and your total focus over the next 7 days is how can I grow those figures? How can I grow those numbers? What can I do today to grow those numbers and therefore ultimately grow what I'm going to be paid? Because that's what most of you are probably here for, is to earn some money now and some nice residual money, which will give you choices, which is amazing. Great. Okay. So the other thing that we do today is we're going to go around everybody and just say a quick hello, where you live, and then what position are you working towards in your business? Because this is about a forward-thinking group. So if you are currently a team leader in the business, you're working towards senior team leader. If you are currently just started and you haven't got any customers or partners yet, you're working towards what we call qualified distributor. All right, that's your first step on the stairway. So just have a think. Most of you will know. If you don't know, don't worry, ask me when we come to you. It's not a problem if you're not sure. So we're going to have you just your name, where you live, and what position you're working towards. All right, simple as that. And then what I'd like, if possible, please, is all the team leaders and above. So anyone that says they're working towards anything above senior team leader, can we whiz round afterwards, and could you give us a top tip to help everybody this week, if that's all right? And then we're going to wrap it up. We're not going to be too long today because you need to be out there contacting people, not wasting time on a Zoom with me. Okay, lovely. So Marie, can we start with you? Oh no, actually I'll go first because I haven't done that, have I? So I'm Celia, I live in Somerset and I'm working towards national group leader. Okay, Marie, off you go.
Hello, I'm Marie. I live in a village outside of Newcastle in the northeast, and I'm working towards future team leader.
Brilliant. Thank you, Marie. Jane.
My name's Jane Swinnerton. I live in Wedmore in Somerset, and I'm working towards group leader.
Yay!
Very soon.
Woo, getting close as well. Well done on your 2 partners yesterday, Jane. That's brilliant. Well done. Amazing. Lovely. Okay, Sally.
Hello, I'm Sally. I live in Salisbury and I was team leader. I've gone down one, so I'm trying to head up back.
Whoa. Right. Stop that thought now. Let me just explain something about the stairway to success. Once you've hit a level, you are always that level in title. All right. So you never, ever have to do that thinking backwards thing. Dropping status here and there with the customer here and there happens. All right. Doesn't matter. You're still focused on senior team leader next. Okay. Okay. Go again, Sally. Are you still there? She's frozen, is she? Oh, I think I've scared her.
Sorry. Hello, I'm Sally. I'm from Salisbury and I am heading for senior team leader.
Hey, well done, Sally. That's brilliant. Lorraine, are you okay to go next?
Yes, thanks. It's good that I'm going next, Sally, because I was going to say that I'm a fraudulent team leader, but I won't say that anymore. I'm going to say I'm a team leader and I'm wanting to bash STL, of course, and I live in beautiful Scotland up here where people are very frugal and careful with their money. So pray for me, please.
Well done, Lorraine. Brilliant. Love it. Val, are you okay to go next?
Hi, I'm Val and I live anywhere. And I work as team leader.
Brilliant. Thank you, Val. Vanessa?
My name's Vanessa. I live in Dorset near Lyme Regis and I'm aiming for senior team leader.
Brilliant. Thank you, Vanessa. Julie?
Good morning, I'm Julie. I live in Bridgewater in Somerset and I'm working towards senior team leader.
Fabulous. Sean?
Hi everyone, I'm Sean. I live in Ilminster in Somerset. I'm working towards team leader.
Well done. Chris?
So I'm Chris Jones. I'm based in Somerset in Yeovil, and I'm working towards senior team leader and the UW Mini.
Brilliant. Well done, Chris. Tenny? You got to unmute yourself. You have to press unmute, Tenny, because you're muted. Well done. We should be able to hear you now. Oh no, you muted again. Press it. That's it. We still can't hear you. Must be your audio, Tenny. Oh, sorry. Put it in the chat, Tenny. Write it in the chat for us, all right? And I'll read it out in a minute. I think your audio, your microphone must be turned down. Don't worry. Lovely to have you here anyway, Tenny. Lovely to see you this morning. Well done for joining us. Kate, are you able to join in or are you busy? No, that's fine. Don't worry. Sarah.
Oh, hi, I'm Sarah. I am brand spanking new. So looking forward to becoming a qualified distributor. I live in London.
Lovely, Sarah. Thank you. And really, really warm welcome. Lovely to have you here. Anne, are you able to speak? I know you've got your camera off. You may be busy. Oh, there we are. She's there. Lovely. Hi, Anne.
Hello, I am here. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
My name's Anne. I live in Devon and I'm aiming for future team leader.
Lovely. Thank you, Anne. Lovely to see you. Laura, are you able to speak or not? Are you busy? Can you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Laura. Living in Wellington in Somerset. I'm working towards future team leader.
Brilliant. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Tenny. So Tenny lives in Bromley, London, working towards QD. Lovely to have you here. Well done. Ray, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I live in your kitchen and I'm working towards group leader.
Brilliant. Well done, Ray. Exciting stuff. Good. Emily, can you speak? I know you said you might have kids running around. Oh, yeah, there she is. You still have to unmute yourself, my darling.
Hey!
Hello.
Excuse the mum bun, I've just been cleaning. So I'm Emily, I'm from Taunton in Somerset and I'm going for senior team leader.
Well done, Emily. And we want your top tip today because you've gone from being dormant to super active. So we'll do it in a minute. So think about it. What's changed?
Lovely.
I want to hear from you in a minute. Well done. Thanks for being here. Lovely. Suzanne, are you able to talk?
Yeah, I'm in Bedford and I'm aiming for team leader.
Lovely. Thank you, Suzanne. Lovely to have you all here. So well done. Now, bit of a very obvious thing we can see. So out of the 18 people on this call this morning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people are already team leader or above. So what can we learn from that? Anybody?
I don't mind to go first. If no one else wants to.
Oh, yeah. Just before
so
you
yeah,
hang on,
I was a bit dormant.
Emily, sorry, hang on 2 seconds. We will come to you first for your top tip. But what I'm trying to say here is, should we not be on here with all our new team members and not just be team leaders and above on this call? So we're here because we know the value of doing these meetings. And thank you for being here. I really do, value you being here. But wouldn't it be better if all of us were here with at least 3 or 4 of our brand new team members who will have gained so much from being on this meeting this morning, and yet they're not here? Does that make sense? So well done for being here, but why aren't there more new team members on here? There'll be lots of reasons, of course. It might not be a convenient time, but for many of them, it'll be just they don't know what this is all about. They're nervous to come onto a Zoom with a load of people because they don't know what's going to happen. Well done, Sarah. Well done, Suzanne, for being on here. And Tenny, really well done for you guys for showing that. But I think we all need to make sure that we're tapping more people into these meetings because, they will get a lot of value. Obviously, if you're watching this on catch up, warm welcome and well done for watching the recording, because I know that you'll have got some good value. Okay, lovely. Right, Emily, let's go to you first then for your top tip, as you were raring to go.
Yeah. So yeah, I went from pretty dormant to then suddenly picking it up again. And the main way I did that was kind of approaching people, mainly at work actually, and just saying, I've heard a lot in this office at the moment, and actually I need to put my confidence out there and be a bit more bolshy and say, actually, I've got something that I can help you with. And people really appreciate that honesty, and because they already know me, they know I'm not going to be offering them anything silly. But my main focus, I'd say, that I've changed this time round is actually what Jodie Williamson has been telling me all this time, which is, don't worry about getting the appointment, show. So I've concentrated more on showing the appointment, saying, actually, I'll show you what I do in 10 minutes, and then worrying about the appointments later. Whereas I used to try and get the appointments in the diary, and actually this way round, I can show 5 people all at once in the office and they'll come to me. So I've definitely found that a way round.
Well done. No, well done. Really good. So you think you've done 5 already in August, which is amazing. So, well done. Really, really good.
Thank you.
You here, and well done on being team leader. I don't think I've spoken to you since you got to
Oh, I know, I told you I've been hiding, haven't I?
Yeah, you've been hiding a bit, but well done. That's amazing. Really, really good.
Thank you.
Okay, so top tips. Next, we're going to go to Jane.
I've got two really. One is when you are sharing and showing people the presentation, do it with posture and like sort of excitement in your voice. Okay, like make them feel that it's something they really need to be doing right now. Okay, you've got to say it in a way that interests them, and like that's very important. And then follow up, and then follow up again.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think, we say the fortune is in the follow-up, but so many people say, oh, I've sent the message, I haven't got anything back, or
they might, you know what it's like. If you're in a car, you're talking to your kid, you look at a message, you can't got time to answer it there and then, you put your phone down and you forget all about it. It disappears down the list of all the other messages. Follow them up. It might not be the right time, they're busy, whatever, but yeah, just follow up.
Absolutely. All we're trying to do is get people to make a decision, whether that's yes or no for now. All right. Until you've had that decision, you haven't actually, as Jane said, you haven't followed up properly, have you? Most of them, if they're blanking you, then they haven't made a decision. So really good. Thank you, Jane. Amazing. And Jane is galloping towards group leader, which is super exciting. We've just got to build one more team leader.
32
to go, a 32 group, and we need them all basically in one team leader leg. So we've got to get busy with that one, aren't we, Jane? But it's awesome, and no one will have deserved it more than you, so I can't wait to celebrate that. Julie, you go next, otherwise you get cross with me because everyone's nicked all your ideas. So
I can't think of anything anyway. Let me think. I might have to just do one I've already done before, because I'm still suffering. I had COVID and I've just been so poorly, and I've not managed to get myself back into work mode. So, and I'm going on holiday next week, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get it back this week. So, I would say just turn up. That's my thing. I'm not, as I've just explained, I'm not really feeling it at the moment. I've just been really ill, but I've tried to attend as many of these Zooms as I can, because it just keeps me updated. It means that I know what's going on, even if I don't do anything. I still know what's going on in the business, and I get lots of inspiration and motivation from everybody else on the call. So just turn up.
Brilliant. Thank you, Julie. And we always say, that big thing, be here 1 year from today, having gone to as many events as you can. But I would say be here next week now, just be here 1 week from today, and you'll all find things start to move really well. So thank you for that. Ray, do you want to go next?
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Oh, today's message, be resilient, get out your comfort zone. The knockbacks will come back. My last sign up was one of the first people I approached 6 years ago, and last week he finally became a customer. So resilient, no for now is a no for now, and just keep moving forward.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. So many people I sign up are people that I've showed years ago, particularly now. I mean, the girl that actually that messaged me on Saturday morning, I showed her the customer and the business side of things about 4 years ago. And it wasn't for her at the time, but because she then knew what I did, now she's come to me, and that's really, really important. People need to know what you do. Sally, you all right to go next?
Yes. For me, I keep sort of going back to the portal and looking at all the training that's coming up, and familiarizing myself, because I have to admit, I listen to you all talking about all the increases, and it goes over my head quite a bit, and I feel, if I don't understand it enough myself, I can't really express that to people.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like an idiot. So going back to the portal, having a look and trying to sort of read up on all the other bits and pieces as well as it happens, it kind of helps me a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much information on the portal, so many trainings. Like, as Julie was saying, really just turn up to what you can, do as many trainings as you can. Because every single time, Christine Wise was brilliant last night on the call as well. So you'll see that if you watch the catch up for the big night in. Christine's a really good friend of mine. So she's senior group leader, 400 plus club. She's just gathered 400 customers, which is amazing. But she was saying it doesn't matter where you are on the stairway, you can still learn something new every day. And that's so true. So be really humble, be open, keep learning. Because somebody else is always going to have thought of something better than you have today, and it will be on the portal and we will be sharing it. So amazing. Well done, Sally. Thank you. Lorraine, are you okay to go next?
Yes, thanks. Yeah. I've heard the phrase "mind the gold you hold." So look for any reason to contact existing customers. Even just like up here in Scotland, the school children have gone back this week. So any younger families, give them a phone and ask how that all went, and take the chance to say, are you remembering to use your cashback card? Or can I give you a hand looking at your bill? Or are you fixed or variable? Anything like that, just keep in touch with them. So that if they're wobbling or don't understand a bit on their bill, they'll come back to you. That wee contact's there.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. And I forgot to mention that. Thank you for sharing that, because Christina also said a lot of her customers had come from her going back to all her customers and asking if they were fixed, making sure they were fixed, and if not, helping them add services. You know, and on the back of that, she got quite a lot of referrals from her existing customers. So that's a really good point. Well done. Vanessa.
Yes, I stole this from an SGL that I was working with yesterday at a 20K, but it's basically treat this business like a business and not a hobby. Because if you treat it like a hobby, you get hobby money. But if you treat it like a business, then you get business money. And my question is, would you employ yourself in your business?
Yeah, that's a really, really good one. We'd say, you know, every now and then give yourself a sort of checkup. And that's a brilliant question, isn't it? Because I always say the best thing about this business is the worst thing about it. And that's the fact that it's your business and no one's telling you what to do. And, you know, it's all very well coming along to this, but what are you doing when no one's watching?
Yeah,
that's a really good point, Vanessa. You know, what are you doing to your business when no one's looking? And yeah, absolutely, it is a business. It really is a business. You know, if you had any other traditional business, you wouldn't just sit at home moving stuff around your desk waiting for people to call you, would you? You'd be out there proactively building it. Get networking at the moment, everyone. You know, networking it's a great time to be out in networks at the moment and getting other people to recommend you. So really, really think about that. Brilliant. Thank you, Vanessa. And last but not least, Chris.
Okay, so when we start off, we're encouraged to talk to family, friends, work colleagues, etc. But all the time, we're meeting people out and about we could potentially speak to. It could be someone that knocks on your door to deliver a parcel. It could be someone at a restaurant or serving you. So yesterday at this fair, I bought some donuts, very bad. But while he was preparing the coffee and the donuts, I just said, do you do this part-time or full-time? Is this the main thing? He said it was your main thing. And I said, if you could earn extra money around what you're doing, would that interest you? And he said, yeah. So I've just sent him the text that you sent about the opportunity presentation we got this week. He hasn't come back to me. I'm going to give him a little nudge about it, but hopefully he'll be on one of those calls this week, find out what we do.
Brilliant.
So,
and how, you know,
there was a really good post on the partner forum on a similar sort of theme of someone that talked to someone that was serving them at a restaurant, and he said, tell me what you would do with an extra £500 to £700 next month. And the prospect said, spend it on a bike. Then he said, and what about the month after? And the prospect said, what's this all about? And then he just said, are you open to create an extra stream of income in your life?
Brilliant.
So, simple way of just getting into that conversation. It could be in a supermarket queue, anywhere.
So simple. And another point I want to make actually as well.
She said, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Sally. I just mute Sally. She's
sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry. So as you all know, Utility Warehouse stopped doing commercial utilities recently. So they stopped doing businesses, and some of us are introducers. Jane and I are, some of us for a company called Full Power, which is a commercial broker. I think, Chris, you were on that meeting on Thursday or Friday, whenever it was, can't remember. But anyway, one day at the end of last week, we had a quick meeting with them and a catch up with them. And, you know, they were saying that they've never known the market like it. Now, while there's a price cap for residential energy, which we're going to hear about this week, there is no price cap for commercial energy. In some cases, gas prices have gone from 3 or 4 pence per kilowatt to £1 a kilowatt. That's what some companies are quoting. So think about all the small businesses, all the small business owners that you know, hairdressers, cafe owners, you know, anyone that has a premises at the moment who is probably struggling anyway Imagine what their bills are going to look like over the next year. You know, we've seen the price cap for domestic, resident, commercials almost double that in some cases. The companies are not quoting. Companies are not prepared to quote more than 6 months in advance. It's completely mad out there. And the media haven't even touched on that yet. You know, they're talking about the residential problem that's coming up, but what if those people don't have any jobs to go to anymore because their small business owner that they work for is closed? Schools are talking about a 4-day week because they don't want to pay to you know, to have the energy on in their buildings. I don't know if you heard that. I saw an article about that last week. What would the knock-on effect of that have to people that now have to be at home for a day a week because their kids are at home? Can you imagine? So this is the tip of the iceberg, is what we're hearing about residential. This is going to have an ongoing massive impact. So again, those conversations that Chris just said about when you're out and about, don't just have them to the staff, get and speak to the owner of the business as well. You know, are you worried about what's coming around the corner? Yes, I am. Would you like another income stream to your business that not only will help you survive, but can also help all your customers as well? You know, can you imagine that? You know, they can have stuff going on. Chris, go for it. Do you want to add?
On that call we were on with Full Power, he said that because business energy is often a 3 or 4 year contract, people coming off that had their bills set 4 years ago, there was, I think he gave an example of someone that had a £5,000 bill that was faced with the renewal of 30 grand.
30 grand, yeah.
See what impact that has on a business. So
£5,000 a year to £30,000 a year, you know, just for their energy. Now, how many businesses have that sort of profit, you know, in there that they can just instantly do that? What that will be is less members of staff straight away, won't it? You know, the way to pay the bill is to get rid of some of the staff, you know, and try and do more themselves. Is whatever way you look at it, it's cuts, and it's doom and gloom. And I don't want to talk doom and gloom because we have the answer. You know, we are the lucky ones on this call. We really, really are. But we need to make sure that we're spreading that with as many people as possible. Brilliant. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. I'm fired up and ready to go for the week. I'm going to ignore the jet lag and crack on and keep going. So we've got an opportunity presentation today at 1 o'clock. I'm holding that one, and then Jane's kindly doing one at 8 o'clock this evening. So again, short 15-20 minutes. Get your prospects on there that are looking at making some money. We'll explain the business to them. You can sign them out. We'll all help you support them, and you know, and that's another way of earning some money as well as building your business. So it's all good. And remember, the new mentor training is up now as well. It's a very short, sharp half an hour. But if you haven't supported people yet, or you're looking at building your team, that'll be a useful one for you to jump on and just see about it. Thank you, Chris. And the Taunton Buzz is on Wednesday night this week as well. So anyone in Somerset, try and come along if you can to Taunton on Wednesday night. Sadly, I've got it. Well, not sadly, I'm delivering the Getting to STL training on Wednesday, and I tried to get out of it, but there's no one else that can do it because they're all on holiday. So I'm going to try and get that training done, and then we'll stay over to the Holiday Inn and be there to see you all for the last hour. So I'm hoping to get that done. And also, top team social at my house on Saturday as well. So Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock onwards, barbecue, etc. Love to see you all that are local or not. We've got room for tents and camping and stuff. So even if you live miles away, it would be lovely to see you. Brilliant. So onwards and upwards, everyone. Have an amazing week. Looking forward to seeing some of you at lunchtime, and back here again 10 o'clock next Monday. All right. So see you soon. That's all right. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Celia. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.